Welcome back everyone to an exciting episode of Metroid Zero Mission. Last time we explored Norfair and Brinstar a little more in depth. This time we're exploring Kraid for the first time, and the first thing we're going to do is get a power-up. Kraid is very generous area. A lot of power-ups in here. And something I have not mentioned at all during this playthrough so far is my map. Now, I've beaten this game a few times before, and as you can see on the top left of every section, there is an item count. That's not what I meant to do. So here we see, let's go, for example, to Brinstar. Over here in Brinstar, you see 3 out of 3 energy tanks, 9 out of 10 missile tanks, 0 out of 1 of that item we don't know about, and 0 out of 0 of that other item we don't know about. If we head over to Norfair, we'll see that we've collected no energy tanks out of the 1 available, and 6 out of 13 missile tanks, and 2 of those unknown green things, and 1 of that other unknown item. That's basically something that you can get after you beat the game and replay the game on the same file. It also tells you, it'll tell you your playtime, which is right now 34 minutes, 57 seconds. Like I said, this is not a 100% run, nor is it a speed run, but it's cool to have if you're interested in, beating your old score. I think it's a very cool addition on the second time you play this game. So here we have side hoppers. Enemies that we all know and hate. This can be easily missed here. It's an old tablet, looks like, with some hieroglyph written on it. Anytime you see this tablet, you know that there is one of these bomb ball launcher things. So just be on the lookout for that. Yep, missiles. Here we get to test out the hanging jump technique for the first time. Pretty cool, in my opinion. Hard to believe we're at 100 missiles already. It just seems like we just started this game. But sure enough, here we are. We'll try to make this jump. It doesn't matter because we actually have the Varia suit, which is why I wanted the Varia suit to begin with. This area has a lot of acid and lava and stuff, and it's actually a lot more manageable with the Varia suit than it would be without it. And I'll explain further in a little bit. Weird contraption here. So what do? Let's go into it in mobile mode. And sure enough, it activates a railway system. Pretty cool. This, of course, was not in the original game. But it's a welcome addition. I think it's really a cool touch to this area. We come here, we go down. This is the only way out. It's the only way we can go. And we encounter... oh my, mini-boss! This guy is a cinch with the Varia suit. When he does his mouth like that, you just grab on, hop over to the other side. Eventually he'll raise the acid levels, and guess what? We don't care. We have the Varia suit. Otherwise, he's a little bit more tough, but not by much. He's almost dead. And he's dead. He lowers the acid levels for us, which is very, very nice of him. But we don't really need it. We didn't really need him to. All we need is to go down here, shoot this, come over here, and get ourselves another missile expansion quickly before that little crab guy comes over. And by the way, another great example of how good Metroid music is. The first time I ever heard this song is actually in Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube. My first ever Metroid experience was actually Metroid Prime, believe it or not. I never got into Metroid when I was little. And so my first Metroid experience was Metroid Prime for the GameCube. And I've been a fan ever since. And of course, if you have a Wii U, you have to get the Wii versions, the Wii remakes. Those are, it's worth it. You can go on eBay and get the original Wii version of the Metroid Prime trilogy for over $100, I think. Or you can download it on the Wii U Virtual Console for a lot less. So, and it's worth it. The game is absolutely... The games are good regardless, but with motion controls, they are just incredible. You owe it to yourself to play those games if you haven't yet. That's just my opinion. All right. Those crabby guys are a little bit annoying. Nothing too bad, though. These guys, on the other hand, I don't know what they're called. I call them giant side hoppers. They're the mother, I guess, of all side hopper. Incredibly tough. But this one is very, very conveniently placed, and he's easily killed like that. He doesn't put up much of a fight. But it's one of those instances where you have to kill them both. Yeah, you have to kill them both in order to progress, because it's a lockable door. So, and your reward is a missile tank, so I guess that's kind of cool. Here's some fake acid. We're gonna go over here and get into the meat of this area. It's one of those places that I think your first playthrough. Oh look, another weird looking block that we can't get to. We can't destroy yet. But what I was going to say, I think it's one of those sections that your first playthrough, it's really easy to get yourself turned around here. I got lost the first few times I played... Oh! First few times I played this game in Kraid, I got turned around a few times. So we can't go this way. There's a block blocking our way. So what we have to do instead is come up this way, shoot this, and make our way here. So you can see the item, whatever that is, matches the symbol here. It is, of course, an unknown item. It goes under our miscellaneous. Analysis inconclusive. Incompatible with current suit. I will recharge my missiles, though. Hard to believe we're at 110. 110, 4 energy packs. We're doing pretty well for ourselves, I think. Alright, we can actually shoot that if we want. We don't need to. We're moving on. Oh, I don't like this part. Mostly because these bee enemies, these fly enemies, are just annoying. And then there are side hoppers, and then there are flies, and then there are side hoppers. I hope you can hear my clicking. I'm just smashing this button, the shoot button. I don't care. Just get me out of here. Here we have another place you can drop down, and you actually have to. These crabby guys, you have to be a little careful, because when they die, their eyes explode at you, and they can cause damage. Don't get touched by the eyes. The eyes are bad. They're deadly. Alright. So here we have a boss door. You shoot it, open the door, and get ready for your first actual boss fight with Kraid. Roar, he says. So Kraid is easy. He's just, you shoot him in the eye, he opens his mouth. You shoot him in the mouth, then he shuts his mouth, and then you just repeat the process a billion times. We have over 100 missiles, so this is actually a really easy, straightforward kind of fight. Ugh. And then eventually you have to stand on his stomach spikes, which is kind of disturbing. But that's basically Kraid. And I think this is one of the easiest boss fights in the game, in the entire series, really. This version of Kraid is not too difficult. With his demise, his statue opens up. And we get to collect his goodies. We bomb this here. And what is our reward for defeating Kraid? An arrow. The speed booster! The speed booster goes under miscellaneous. Run until a speed boost begins to break certain blocks and damage enemies. Let me demonstrate. It's automatic. If you can run fast enough, if you have enough space to run, basically. Oh, I almost got it. I wanted to demonstrate another part of the awesomeness that is the speed boost, which is, of course, Shine Spark. I'll talk about Shine Spark later. But for now, let's just get out of here. Go away. Alright. We go in here. Oh yeah, this place. So Shine Sparking. I'm going to take a few minutes to explain Shine Sparking. Actually, I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do Shine Spark, and then I'm going to explain it in a later spot. I know of a better spot to do this. That's not what I meant to do at all. There we go. That's what I meant to do, because it just makes it easier to travel across the room. It's absolutely unnecessary, but I like to do it. We will discuss Shine Sparking, though, I promise. We'll go ahead and save. Since we've made quite a bit of progress, we don't want to lose it. Although I am playing on Wii U Virtual Console, so I do have save states. But I'm not actually using them here. So I think it's kind of cheap. I might use them later if things get a little dicey, but I don't plan on it. Let's just put it that way. So basically we've made a huge circle. I'll show you on the map. We started over here, we went down that long shaft with the fake acid, we went down there, we beat Kraid, now we're back up here. We can go down. And we will. There's really not much down here except over to the left. I think there is a few. I think there's one power-up we're going to pick up on this side. But for the most part, most of Kraid is on that cycle, that circular path that we already completed. Right. I want to go here first. I think this is the map room. Yeah. So it's fine. You can get the map. Kraid is not that big of an area. As you can see, we've explored most of it already. Yeah. Okay. That's all. Kraid map data acquired. So Kraid is named after Kraid, the boss Kraid. So use the launcher here, launch your way up, and over here, and we have a missile expansion with side hoppers guarding. Death to all side hoppers. Okay, this is a cool little section. So, now, dang it. These orbs make the things go back and forth, as you can see. It's kind of hard to tell from here, but there you go. But you can also use a morph ball morph ball bomb to activate. So basically for this section, what you want to do is shoot it and then jump. You can actually let go while you're hanging on to those things, and that's how you're supposed to make this. To access that secret. It's not really a secret, it's in plain sight. Anyway, so we have another missile door up here that we haven't explored. And this is where I'm going to talk about shine sparking. So, shine sparking is a technique. Oh, dang it! With these stupid flies, I really hate them. Shine sparking is a technique that is activated by running when you have enough space to run. It takes quite a bit of space. Like so. So you can run. While you glow when you're running, if you press down, you will actually charge the run. As you can see, I'm shining. That's the shine aspect of shine spark. The sparking comes when you press the jump button and a direction. In this case, I pressed right, and I shine sparked, shine sparked, I don't know. I shine sparked in that direction. That is shine sparking in a nutshell. You can, let's see if I can do this without falling into the acid here. If you do it on as you can see, I did it on this little ledge, on this incline. If you press down while you're on this, you can recharge it in a sense. So let me show you. I do it like this. I shine sparked up. I didn't mean to do it up. I meant to do it down. Left, I mean. So let's try that again. So here we go. I go this way. And see, if you do it on the thing, you can kind of start running. It's kind of neat. The other thing you can do, once you get the high jump boots, because the high jump boots allow you to do this. Once you get the high jump boots, you can actually do this in morph ball mode, which I failed to explain and demonstrate because I fell in the acid. But that'll come later. There's no need to explain all that right now. There's one more thing we're going to do in Kraid before we leave Kraid forever. And that is in this direction. We're actually going to backtrack a little. There'll be a lot more shine sparking later, believe me. To the point where I actually... I'm not very good at it. There's a technique called advanced shine sparking, which is introduced in this game, which is what I showed you with the inclines, the platforms. It's a very tough technique to do, actually. And I'm not very good at it. Some items are exclusively gotten using that technique, and if you don't do the technique, you don't get the item. Which means that a lot of the items I don't get because I can't do that technique. And I'll explain when we get to that spot. But in the meanwhile, here's a section that we are going to break all these blocks using these little boosters that we know. Like this. Wait for the thing to come back, make a jump. And we get ourselves a missile tank here. That is, I believe, the last thing we're going to do in Kraid for the moment. I don't think there's anything else we can do now. As you saw on my map, there's still one more missile that we didn't get, and that's because it's not gettable at this point. That's a missile. Okay. With all that, we're actually leaving Kraid. Not forever, since there's that one more missile we're going to come back for. Maybe we're going to come back for it. I haven't decided how I'm going to play this. Because a lot of the end game item getting is really tedious. and unnecessary, in my opinion. Alright. Make a wall jump this way, this way, this way. This way, this way, this way, and we're out. So, what is that pterodactyl? We don't know. We don't know anything about it. We just know that it's coming. We don't know why, we don't know how, it just is. So, anyway. Whatever. Once we defeat Kraid, the wall on the right breaks, and we get to recharge our weapons here. Now, we have a couple of choices. As you can see, we're supposed to go back down to Norfair. So, oh, by the way, once we defeated Kraid, there's a little fire, a little flame lights up there at that gate that we couldn't get through before. We're supposed to come down to Norfair and down to that area down there where the dot is. So I believe, now that we're equipped as we are with Shine Spark, or I mean Speed Boost, various suits, and all these other goodies, we can actually make our way over. But there are a few secrets that we need to get first, including down here. This is an easily missed one. I've missed this one multiple times myself, but I remembered this time, thankfully, make our way over. Before we head over to our next destination, there's one more item that I'm going to try to get. And I'm going to try to do this without having to do a lot of editing, because it's annoying to edit. Sometimes it can be very annoying. So I'd like to do it maybe on one of my first, maybe 5 attempts. Yeah. I think I passed it already. Where is it? Yeah, I passed it. You will recall this section? Okay. So now we have this block here that, if you recall, corresponds to the speed boost icon, which will tell you that those are speed boost blocks. That's how you break those blocks, with a speed boost. So this is one of the trickiest parts in the game, and it will demonstrate that advanced shine sparking technique that I talked about. Run through the door. I missed. So the point, the trick is to, well, it's hard to explain, but the trick is to, as you can see, there's a speed boost there, a speed boost block. When you're in morph ball mode, you do that. I can't go back because it's a breakable block. It's a crumbly block, and crumbly blocks are one directional. But the trick is, you do a morph ball shine spark, like I've taught you, right here. You break through. Ah, I went too far. Dang it, I didn't do it. Okay, the trick is to, on this tiny little ledge, this incline, this tiniest of inclines here, you recharge the shine spark like I taught you earlier. And then you do a second shine spark here by jumping here. And hopefully I will get it this next time. Otherwise, I'm gonna try it a few more times before I just cut it to the winning run, because I've spent many minutes doing this before. Sometimes I get it my first or second try, sometimes it takes me like a dozen. It's very finicky. I didn't get it. I barely missed. You gotta do it. If you do it too high, you'll break this first block, but you won't go through the hole. But you get basically the idea. So last attempt before I start editing. Here we go. Charge it up, back into the other room, this way. There we go. And you go all the way through, break the blocks. And we get a super missile tank. This is it. Super missiles are a lot more powerful than regular missiles. I think they're worth 5. So 5 missiles equals 1 super missile in terms of damage output. But that's what I wanted to get. Now we can actually make our way to Norfair. I am pretty satisfied that we've acquired everything we need to acquire here for now. And it only took a couple of tries. Actually, I'm very proud of myself. Usually, like I said, it varies. It varies from playthrough to playthrough, but I've spent a long time there before. But now we can actually go. And that is actually getting super missiles early, because you're not supposed to, quote unquote, supposed to get super missiles until later in the game. But we've got them now. Which means that if we wanted to, we could do some sequence breaking, tackle some areas out of order. But I'm not actually going to do that. I'm actually going to do it in order, and we're going to tackle the next section. We're going to head over to Norfair again. We're heading to Norfair, and that is going to be the next episode of Metroid Zero Mission. I hope you guys are having fun so far. I am. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. See you then.